Locked On Giants postcast starts right now.
This is the Giants Postcast, your instant game reaction for the San Francisco Giants, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Hey, there it is. We got the audio back. Welcome back to the Locked On Giants postcast. I'm your host, Eric Triple E Engel. You may know me as the former producer for the Murph and Mac morning show on KMBR. And man, the Giants got off to a much better start today than I did on this show. Opened up their play at Oracle Park this season in style with a huge walk-off win over the Seattle Mariners. Willy Adames, the team's biggest acquisition in free agency, sent Giants fans home happy with a 2-out poke to right field, which scored 2 runs for a comeback win. And man, what a poke to right field that was. What a way to endear yourself to Giants fans. I mean, you become the biggest free agent signing in Giants history, the most expensive free agent signing in Giants history, and takes one game at Oracle Park for him to pay it off. I mean, he's got a long way to go. Hopefully, this is the first of many big moments for Adames in the orange and black. But man, what a way to start your career here in San Francisco. This game, an absolute marathon, as it was the longest game in the pitch clock era for the Giants and the second longest San Francisco Giants home opener ever. We'll break it all down, but first, I want to thank all of you for watching us on the Locked On Giants YouTube channel. Please, please, please hit that subscribe button right now. Thanks also for listening on the Locked On Giants podcast feed, and make sure to check out the Locked On Giants Daily Show for more in-depth coverage. My guy, Ben Kaspick, doing a great job as always. And I just want to shout out the entire chat for one, mentioning that my audio was muted and I, stubbornly didn't look over to the chat until a couple minutes into the show. Thank you all for hanging with me. We fixed the audio issues and we're rolling now. Shout out also my wonderful girlfriend who ran in and notified me, hey, nobody can hear you, buddy. You gotta turn the mic on. Here we go. Giants, huge win. Let's get right to it. The meat of the action there in the 11th inning. Spencer Bivens out there on the hill, and the Mariners, he ends up giving runners up at the corners. Master Boney singles and moves the Manfred man over to third base, which I absolutely hate. Seeing that Manfred man out there on second base, one of the worst things in all of baseball. I absolutely hate that rule. It is stupid, just like Rob Manfred is stupid with 90% of the things that he does. Topic for another day. Spencer Bivens then issues a walk to load the bases, and now he ends up getting another out. So you got 2 outs with the bases loaded, and he throws a scud missile into the left-handed batter box. And I mean, this thing bounced like just barely in front of the grass, like barely made it to the dirt. And if there was a runner standing in that left-handed batter's box, he would have absolutely gotten plunked by that pitch, probably on the foot. And run scores from third base, 0 chance for Huff, who was in a catcher at this point in the game, to block that ball. And it gives the Mariners a 9-8 lead. Then in the bottom of the 11th, it was not looking good for the Giants. A Huff ground ball moves that Manfred man over to third base. And the Mariners were down to their last arm in their bullpen. And Vargas looked like he had tweaked his back or something. The trainer came out and looked at him, was looking a little taxed, but he ends up walking Tyler Fitzgerald after taking a minute, throwing a couple warm-up pitches, says he's good to go. But Fitzgerald, that walk did not have to be a walk. I mean, the way credit fits, because the way that this game was being called, the way that everything was happening in today's game, that umpire behind the plate had a very tight strike zone, was not giving corners for anybody out there on the hill. And so Fitzgerald knew that, and he took that walk up there. He was not hitting the ball very well, did not have a hit in today's game. He did have a nice bunt at one point in time, but with that walk, it set the stage, because he then stole second base. But you had Lamont Wade at the plate, who was absolutely red hot today. 3 extra base hits for Lamont Wade Jr. And Tyler Fitzgerald then lays, after, like I said, steals second. And Willy Adames comes to the plate after Lamont Wade Jr. strikes out, looking, got to swing the bat in that situation. And with 2 outs, Adames, as I said, pokes one to right field, walk-off Willie, and a walk-off on Giants opening day at Oracle Park. 10-9 is your final score, because both of those runs scored. The Manfred man that the Giants had on third base, and Tyler Fitzgerald scoring from second base. And just so you know, Tyler Fitzgerald ran through a stop sign at third base on his way to score. So, I mean, credit Fitz for having some situational awareness in this game, contributing to the game in other ways after making one of the biggest blunders of the season so far for the Giants. I mean, that error that he had in the 6th inning with Duvall on the hill, when the infield was in and he got just a nice, easy chopper hit right to him. He was looking at where he was going to throw the ball before he actually had the ball in his glove. And that is a cardinal sin for anybody who's ever played the sport. You know, you're taught from the age of like T-ball. You watch the ball all the way into the glove, and then you make your move with where you're going to go with the ball. And Fitz did not do that, got a little bit ahead of himself in that situation all day long on Twitter machine or the X machine or whatever the hell we call that app these days. I've been seeing people just, clamoring for a new second baseman for the Giants. And I know this isn't like the trendy thing to say. This isn't like the most, hot take in the world, but I'm going to caution some patience with Tyler Fitzgerald. He's a very young player. He's got a lot of season left. He's going to get more opportunities at second base. And I think that he, based on the way that he played last year, based on the way that he's played situational baseball this year, I'm talking about his bunting, his stealing, his ability to impact the game in ways other than just with home runs and extra base hits. I think we got to give him a little bit more time. He's been all over the place in his career. He's played center field. He's played shortstop. We've even seen him, at third base at times last year, second base sometimes. This guy needs some time to get used to the position. He's not going to be the best glove in the world at second base right now. But I'll tell you what, Casey Schmidt might get some looks later on this season. He'll get some opportunity there as well. I do not believe that Casey Schmidt is a better second baseman in the field than Tyler Fitzgerald. Does Casey Schmidt have a stick at the bat? Oh, yeah, he's got a stick when he's standing in that box. Casey Schmidt can hit the ball 1 billion miles an hour. Maybe you like that a little bit more, the long ball potential there for Schmidt. But Fitz last year showed that he's got that potential too. So I'm going to caution everybody a little bit of patience on Tyler Fitzgerald. I know that is not the hot take that everybody wants to hear and get behind, but some patience, please, with my guy Fitz. The Giants overall today, pretty up and down game. I mean, back and forth all day long. They had 17 hits in this one, 10 runs. They had 28 opportunities with runners in scoring position. That is a hell of a lot of opportunities. They go 6 for 28 in that situation. Would have liked to see a couple more hits from the Giants with runners on base, especially later in this game. But as this game progressed, we all know how those shadows work at Oracle Park, and that weird shadow orientation where the batter is in the shadows and the pitcher is in the light. It creates a weird backdrop for a hitter to try and track that ball out of the pitcher's hand. And we saw the Giants really struggle in these situations as the game went on, but they had just enough in the tank. And we're never going to criticize the team for having 17 hits and 10 runs in one game. That was not really the issue in today's game. The main issue was the pitching, because the Giants pitchers also gave up 15 hits and 9 runs. That error on Tyler Fitzgerald means the Giants no longer have an errorless season. They're not going to go all 162 without committing an error, unfortunately. But they're still one of the best fielding teams in baseball to this point in the season. But that 6th inning, man, was a little rough. It was rattling Camilo Doval out there on the mound. We talked the other day about how important it is that Camilo Doval has a trustworthy and sure-gloved defense behind him, because at times last year when he didn't, that's when he got rattled. When he was trying to be too perfect and too precise with his pitching, it's when you saw him get control issues and command issues, walked a lot of guys, gave up a bunch of meatballs right down the middle like he's serving plates at Original Joe's. I mean, this guy needs a solid defense behind him, needs to be able to trust the guys behind him. And a situation like that, you would like to see an error happen in almost any other situation. That was like the most inexcusable opportunity for that to happen for the Giants. But like I said, patience with Fitz. But the rest of the Giants pitchers today, there were a lot of them. The Giants threw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different arms today, starting with Justin Verlander, who did not get out of that 3rd inning. 2.1 innings pitched, 5 hits, 3 runs. He threw a hell of a lot of pitches, 2 walks, and he completely spoiled my my Prize Picks Friday Friday flex play. I always get in on those flex plays for Prize Picks, and Verlander just completely screwed that one, man. I mean, I had him over 17.5 outs today. Did not get anywhere close to that. But When he came out of this game with the bases juiced and only one out, they turned to Randy Rodriguez. And I want to highlight Randy because he has been so unbelievably good out of the bullpen in these high leverage, high pressure situations. And Bob Melvin has turned to him in damn near every situation where you have less than 2 outs and multiple runners on base or in scoring position. Randy Rodriguez is that first guy out of the pen. And that the young flamethrower has showed why he has earned this spot and earned the trust of Bob Melvin. This guy came up huge again for the Giants. That could have been a massive, massive blow-up inning that would have ruined the home opener and just made none of this in the 9th inning even possible. None of this after the 9th inning, I should say, even possible. But, man, it was amazing seeing the Giants go back and forth with the Mariners. Every time the Mariners punched them, the Giants got right back up and punched right back. I mean, the Giants never say die in this one. This is a gritty team, a grindy team, and they absolutely grinded this one out today. We got a lot to get into still on this show today. We got to still get to our player of the game, which I think you can guess who that's going to be. We got to get to what you'll be talking about and today's turning point. Stick with us as you have been on the Locked On Giants postcast. Thanks to everybody who stuck through our technical issues in the beginning of the show. Appreciate all of our everydayers today. Locked On Giants rolls on. Today's show is brought to you by Supply House. Get the supplies you need from the site that's made for the skilled trades. Supply House. Whether you're in plumbing, HVAC, or electrical work, Supply House is the reliable way to order products online. Their easy-to-use website is jam-packed with helpful resources and the latest product info to help you get the job done right. Plus, with a complete inventory of over 200,000 parts from 400 plus top brands, you'll find exactly what you need delivered fast from coast to coast. Need help with an order? Supply House offers expert support and industry-leading service, so you always talk to a real person. And for the trade pros looking for an extra edge, their free Trade Master program offers exclusive perks like a dedicated phone line, free shipping, and discounts on every order. Thousands of skilled professionals are already taking advantage, and now it's your turn. Join the Trade Master program today at supplyhouse.com/TM and start ordering plumbing, HVAC, and electrical supplies with just a few clicks. Plus, use promo code SH5. That's SH5 for 5% off your first order. Supplyhouse.com. And today's show is also sponsored by Gametime. There's nothing better than catching an MLB game live, especially at Oracle Park. The crack of the back, the roar of the crowd, and the smell of ballpark food. And if you're looking to go last minute, Gametime makes getting tickets easier than ever. With last minute deals, all-in pricing, and a lowest price guarantee, Gametime takes the stress out of buying MLB tickets. Plus, ticket prices drop as game time gets closer, meaning you can score an incredible deal. And I was just on Game Time yesterday because I need to get me out to Oracle Park. I need one of those Matt Chapman bobbleheads. I've been feeling pretty lucky in life lately. Maybe I'll get one of those gold ones. Maybe I'll get one of the 4 lucky autographed ones with the Matt Chapman squiggled on mustache. I'm just feeling it lately. I'm putting the particles out there. It's gonna happen, but it wouldn't happen without me getting my tickets through Game Time. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. Welcome back to the Locked On Giants postcast. I'm your host, Eric Triple E Engel, and I just want to say thank you to virtually every single everydayer that we had that let me know in the chat that our audio wasn't working to start the show. If you are listening to this later on the podcast version, I'm absolutely cutting out that first 7 minutes where I was just talking into the ether with nobody listening. But for all the people listening on the podcast version, I was sitting here for like 7 to 10 minutes just screaming, and like all of our everydayers just hung out, and I see Kid Tricksta saying Eric was too hyped. That's absolutely true. Way too hyped. I was a little overexcited about the Willy Adames walk-off. And man, why wouldn't I be? This guy delivered huge for the Giants, and that makes him our player of the game.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
And Willy Adames is obviously obviously our locked on player of the game today, Adames, with a huge hit in that 11th inning, the bottom of the 11th, to send the Giants fans home happy at Oracle Park. But it wasn't his only hit of the day. He had 3 hits. He also had 3 RBIs. Adames has gotten off to a slow start this year for the Giants, but early in this one came up with a big extra base knock, helped drive in a run. And I mean, this guy has been very good for the Giants in these last couple days. Let's hope that this is the start of a heater for Willy Adames. And I mean, there were so many. We got to get to the turning point from today's game too, but there were so many of them. Obviously, the Willy Adames hit in the bottom of the 11th, but I mean, it's just so many options. Let's get into it. Tonight's turning point.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
And like I said, there is a lot of different ways we could go with this one, but I'm going to go with the bottom of the 6th with Matt Chapman going yard to cut into that Mariners lead to be in just 1. And then Elliot Ramos infield single on a ball to the third base / shortstop hole. And with third base and first base, with runners on first and third, Pat Bailey grounds into a fielder's choice, and the Giants score on that play, tying it up at 8 apiece. And without that Matt Chapman home run, which is our turning point for today, I don't think that the Giants would have been in this game. That was right after the Camilo Doval inning, which did not go very well. We've already talked about that. A lot of fielding issues for the Giants. I saw in the chat earlier someone mentioned that they were surprised Willy Adames was not issued an error. My guy, I want to challenge you to go stand at shortstop and catch or field a 111-mile-an-hour ball with a bunch of topspin and see how you handle it, because that is one of the hardest things in all of baseball to do. He is absolutely not, he should not be charged with an error for that play. He got a couple of them out there where he just got, crazy hops and crazy bat speed and crazy the ball was just coming off the bat at 1 billion miles an hour towards him. And he actually, when he finally got like a chopper over in the 7th inning, he got like a routine ground ball hit to him. After he made the play, he threw his hands up in the air in celebration, as almost if he was saying to the baseball gods, thank you for finally not giving me a baseball that was going to shatter my glove hand or take my head off. So shout out Willy Adames for hanging tough and sticking through all those nasty hops he got there at shortstop. Just that's the way it happens in baseball sometimes. The Tyler Fitzgerald error with the infield in, that one was clearly an error. The second one that he misplayed, where he kind of made that sliding stop and could have gotten the out at first base, but dropped the ball on the exchange. That one also not an error, because that would have been an amazing play should he have made it. It's not an expected play, so we can't charge him with an error. But yes, today's turning point, absolutely Matt Chapman making that home run or hitting that home run. That was a huge moment for this Giants team. Without that, there is no late inning comeback for the Giants. One more thing before we get on out of here, what you'll be talking about.
This is what you'll be talking about.
What you'll be talking about after today's game, how long before we start considering the Giants true playoff contenders? Because, man, the way they've started this season, I know it's such a microcosm. It is such a short period of time, but the Giants proved to us today, 1, that they can win these close one-run games. 2, they can overcome some of these errors, some of these mistakes, because on this road trip, we saw them that prior to the home opener, we saw them play a lot of pretty clean baseball, man. Like, pitchers weren't missing. Starters were going deeper into games. No errors until today. But today, you had some adversity, and they overcame it. Nobody completely unraveled. Camilo Doval didn't sit there and implode and give up another 3 or 4 runs in that inning. The Giants showed that they can win these gritty games. They endured a marathon today, the second longest home opener in the history of the San Francisco Giants, the longest game in the pitch clock era. The 6th walk-off at Oracle Park, Willy Adames' 6th career walk-off, and the 12th walk-off in a Giants home opener since 1958. So the Giants showing that they can hang tough with anybody, and man, oh man, what a game this was. I am so unbelievably hyped about this team. I truly believe that they are going to be at the very least, playing meaningful games in September. I do not think that this is a team that's going to be out of contention, when the calendar flips from August to September. If you guys remember last year, they played a 3-game series against the Mariners around that time, and they got swept. by the Mariners at home. And maybe they just lost the series, but I think they got swept 3-0 against the Mariners, who, by the way, had a payroll, active roster payroll at the time of about 15 million. So a bunch of nobodies on that team came into Oracle Park and essentially ended the Giants season. And that was it. I mean, the rest of September, it was like, why even bother getting out to Oracle other than just for the vibes? Because the Giants weren't doing anything with the end of that season. And maybe you wanted to watch some of the young guys and see what they would do. But this team, I really do think this team has some legs to them. I think they're going to be playing meaningful games late in the season. If I can nitpick a little bit, the one thing I'm very confused about Hayden Birdsong's usage. Why did he not come in today in long relief for Justin Verlander? It seems obvious to me that would be the guy you would turn to after Randy Rodriguez, because Randy did his job. Maybe you don't want Birdsong in that high leverage situation. I understand that. Randy's been very good in those moments so far. But why not turn to him next? You go to Trevino and then just a whole host of other arms. You didn't use Birdsong at all today. He's only thrown one time so far this season. Only one game. He pitched 2 innings, 20 some odd pitches. There a lot of miles left on that arm for a guy who was a starter last season. So kind of confusing why they didn't use him today. They went Randy Rodriguez, Lou Trevino, Camilo Doval, Eric Miller, Rogers, Walker, and then Bivens. So the Giants using a whole host of arms out of the pen today, but hey, they got it done. Walk-off win at home. That's all that we really need to know, man. The Giants home opener goes the way that you want it to go, just like we drew it up, man. An 11th inning walk-off from Willy Adames. That's, what more could you really want? So the Giants escape with another win. They're 6-1 on the season now, playing the Mariners tomorrow out there at Oracle Park. I think it's a 6 p.m. start, and the Giants are doing a Matt Chapman bobblehead giveaway, as I mentioned earlier in the show. Hope you guys can get out there and get one of those Matt Chapman bobbleheads. I'll be out there. If you see me, stop me, say what's up. Always love interacting with everybody out there in the wild. So if you see me outside, come and say what's up to Triple E. Hope you guys all enjoyed the show today. Thank every single one of you watching on the YouTube channel that stuck with us through our 7, 8, 9 minutes, however long it was, of technical difficulties. And if you're confused because you're listening on the podcast version, just check out the YouTube version if you want to laugh at me and make him one of my biggest E's. Triple E, I'm allowed 3 errors per show. If you want to laugh at one of my biggest errors, since I've been working at the Locked On Sports Network, go ahead and check out the YouTube version on the Locked On Giants channel and enjoy some laughs and some vibes with the Giants win today. Shout out all of our everydayers in the chat today. And man, what a game. What a game. What a game. I'm all about this team. Hope you guys are all about the show as well. Shout out our everydayers and shout out everybody tuning in to the Locked On Giants postcast. That's all the time we got for you guys today. I'm your host, Eric Triple E Engel. We'll see you next time. Peace.